What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jason Joseph, aka Barber J-Dub on Instagram, back at it again. And before I begin, I want to give mad love to all my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I love all the comments you make. Thanks for liking my videos. I appreciate you guys so much. Keep on showing the love. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you. So I posted this cut on my Instagram back in June, and it's been getting so much love, so I decided to make a video on it. So first things first, as per usual, I'm gonna begin to draw my bald guideline. I always like to draw my bald guideline first. Reason being, it gives me an idea of how my fade is gonna flow. It gives my fade purpose and direction. So for this cut, I'm only using Babyliss Pro products. And right now I have the BAB 762, which is a T outliner, which is an amazing tool. It's super powerful, and it just goes through the hair like butter. As you can see, I'm kind of curving the front part of my guideline upwards in the front of his head and then dropping it down towards the back. By doing this, I'm creating more bulk towards the front, which would allow the lineup to look sharper. So right now, I'm using the FX 763 and I have my 0.5 guard. And what I'm doing is creating my second guideline. And to create my second guideline, I'm gonna go about an inch above my initial guideline. So right now I have my number 2 guard, and what I'm gonna do is remove any remaining bulk from the sides of his head. When it comes to fading hair, it's very important to know the pattern of the hair or the way the hair grows. You always gotta make sure that you're cutting against the grain, which means you're cutting against the way the hair flows. You never cut with the grain, it won't do much for your fade, and you're not using the true level of the guard. So as you can see in the back of his head, I'm actually going sideways because his hair grows towards the side, not straight down. Now I have on my 1.5 guard, and I'm gonna work on removing that second guideline that I created. So I'm gonna bring it just above that 0.5 guideline and right underneath where I put my number 2. And now that I'm taking out my guidelines, I'm still following the same direction of my guideline. So I'm fading along my guideline and following that same direction, the same pattern that my guideline's in. So now I have on my number 1 guard, the lever's open, and I'm working on taking out that same guideline. So if you've seen my videos before, what I'm doing right now is called trigger playing. So what I'm doing is I start off with the lever open, but as I go along my fade, I slowly close the lever to blend out that line. So I'll go between open and closed and kind of in between to make sure I fade that line out properly. So now I have on my 0.5 guard, And right now it's open, and I'm gonna continue to work on that same guideline. And once again, I'm gonna continue to trigger play, which is between open and close, and in between, working on fading out that guideline. So right now I have no guard on, the lever's open, and I'm gonna work on taking out that bald guideline. And as per usual, I'm gonna begin to trigger play as well. So I'm gonna go between open and close to make sure I blend out that bald guideline properly. When it comes to fading, it's important to know where your guidelines are. Even though you faded out your guidelines, it's so important to know and have an idea of where your guidelines were. If you go over your guideline, you're gonna create a new line, which is gonna be hard for you to fade out. So it's very important to be aware of where your guidelines are. So as you can see, every time I take a few strokes, I always brush that area to make sure that the area is clean and visible.
So I thought I needed. So I thought I needed.
So when it comes to fading, it's very important to step back, look in the mirror, and look for fade lines. And when you find these fade lines, fade them out. Hey guys, remember to follow me on Instagram. It's at BarberJDub. And any pictures you see or any short videos that I do that you see that you like and you want a tutorial on that, please let me know. DM me on Instagram or leave a comment on YouTube. I appreciate it. So now I'm moving on to his beard, and I'm going to begin by fading his beard.
So I thought I needed. So I thought I needed. Thought I needed. So I thought I needed.
I have my Bab 762 back in my hand, and I'm going to begin to line them up. Once again, my Instagram is at barberjdub, BARBERJDUB. Make sure you guys follow me, hit me up, I'll follow you back. And I need some more subscribers. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'm gonna start posting videos at least once or twice a month. So if you want some dope haircut tutorials, please follow, subscribe. I know a lot of barbers who like to push back hairlines and they want to have that sharp, super straight lineup. I don't do that. I keep the lineup as natural as possible because when it grows back, it's going to grow back natural as well. Right now I'm point cutting my length. The reason why I'm doing this is to begin to create some texture in my cut. I find when you cut the hair straight, it leaves blunt lines sometimes, and when I have a really textured hairstyle, so that's why I'm point cutting it wet. Now I'm going to begin a texturizing technique called channel cutting. It's very important to comb your client's hair forward first before you begin. What I'm doing is I'm sliding my scissors diagonally across his head, and I'm not fully closing my scissor, but I'm half closing my scissor, and I'm gliding across the top of his head. So right now, just threw on some shade gel, and I'm gonna begin to use my straight razor to further detail his beard.
So I thought I needed.
So right now I'm just ruffle drying his hair, getting all messy, messed up. There's no rhyme or reason when you're ruffle drying, just kind of go in every direction and rough his hair up. Got a little paste in my hand. It's a level 4 paste. And it's gonna go in there and just mess his hair up. So there you go, guys. Here's before. And now the after. Please, YouTube, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like the video, leave your comments. Tell my subscribers, God bless you guys. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Peace.